friend Jennifer. People have been begging her to make a darn makeup tutorial, and I finally got her here today.
I've learned so much from my top favorite beauty vloggers, and Carly Bible is probably the #1, Jaclyn Hill, people like that, and then Manny MUA, Jeffree Star, Wayne Goss, obviously. Wayne Goss is amazing, so I've just learned from those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to see how we got these makeup looks,
just keep on watching.
keep on watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you learned something today.
And I suggest moisturizing 15 minutes or less beforehand, so to keep your skin, the foundation looking good.
Okay.
So first things first, I'm going to put up my hair in my hair tie that was from 8th grade. So I just used the Becca First Light Priming Filter, and I don't use this every day. I use this only if I haven't moisturized just recently, just something to freshen up my face. And I am going to use the Fred Meyer Special. I am using the Maybelline Matte Fit Me. And I use the matte poreless one, and I use shade 128. If you look at my skin, if you wanted to match my skin, I would probably be a 120 or 125. I'm definitely light to medium skin when I'm tan. Let's be real.
Yeah.
With red undertones. I definitely have pink and red undertones. So a lot of women think, I have pink and red undertones, I need to get a foundation that has pink and red undertones. In my opinion, and makeup is, you can do whatever you want with makeup, that's the beauty of it. I don't use things with red and pink undertones.
Doesn't work on my skin.
No, it doesn't. So I use something that's yellow with a yellow undertone to cancel all of my redness out. I'm using the Morphe M439 brush, blending brush. I just ordered this on Morphe Cosmetics. Jaclyn Hill uses this, and I just ordered it recently. Before I was using just a cheap something, but this is wonderful. It's really beautiful. The only thing with this foundation is it does dry quickly, so you have to work fast or else it'll start to kind of clump up. I just put a little on my hand, and I just go in circular motions and work fast. I think this is definitely full coverage. I build it up if I have I have a lot of redness and my skin breaks out, and I do go down my neck.
What do you love about makeup?
It's the way that I'm the most creative. Those things, I'm not very creative in life. I'm black and white in everything I do, but makeup is the only thing that I can kind of color outside the lines and be my own person and really show my personality.
Love that.
Same with clothing, I guess.
Clothing too, yeah.
Yeah, clothing is that. So if I was, I just got that. So, so if I am going to use concealer, if I'm going to use under eye concealer, my favorite is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly or Custard. I also use the Tarte Shape Tape, which is like a cult favorite for a lot of people. They love it. Do you do eyebrows?
I mean, I good
beefy
eyebrows.
I don't. Mine are like colorless. So I'm gonna start my brows then.
While you're do your brows.
I'm gonna do my brows. The two colors that I use the most are soft brown and medium brown. And soft brown is darker than medium brown, which you wouldn't think so, but it is. Soft brown is also a little bit warmer. The texture, the consistency, it goes on a lot more smooth. I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This is my tried and true favorite. I've tried the others. I've tried the pomade. I've tried the dip brow. I've tried everything else. And I always come back to this. So the first thing I always do with my brows is I brush them all up. I like to line the bottom of it first, so bear with me. This is the first time using this kind of mirror. So I line, and this is after years and years of using a stencil. I line it first, and I make mistakes every time, and I just go, so say I didn't like this line, I just go like this and get rid of it and then start over again. It's just that easy.
Ooh, tips and tricks.
Normally I go like this, actually. I'm gonna tilt my head like I normally
do.
So I just kind of line the bottom, and then I blend it in with my tail. And then the tail, there's really no tail. Like, it's non-existent. I used to get them done at the hack shop, and they used to just like rip them all off, and now my eyebrows don't really grow that well. And so now next I'm going to line the top. So I line the top and I line the bottom, which is not what most people do. And I understand that sometimes you can see the lines, and I don't care. I'm okay with it. I like the defined Instagram fake looking eyebrow that I have to put on every single morning. So if I was to choose probably my most favorite product, like thing that I love the most, it would be eyebrows for sure, but bronzer's a tough second.
So if you were on an island and you could bring 2 pieces of makeup,
I would get my brows. I would have do my brows.
Bring my brows.
Bring my brows. Blend out the tail, and now I have this part kind of right here that is open because my eyebrows don't grow there. And your eyebrows should start like in the mid, where the corner of your eye. I like mine to start a little further over towards my nose, which is a no-no per se, but do what you want to do. It's makeup. Have fun. Upward motions like in this little part that I have to fill in, just so that it kind of resembles brow hair.
Yeah.
I don't have bad hair days. I don't care about my hair. I have bad brow days, and the days that are bad brow days, I hate my life. Like I'm like, oh, my makeup looks, everything else is the worst.
I'm done with this day.
Yeah,
These brows are not working.
So then I also just put a few strokes up throughout the brow, and voila, that's kind of how I do it. And
it's gorgeous.
I'll touch up right here in just a moment.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's.
Ow! That's so funny, your little container.
I know, that's why I said,
Oh, look at this, guys. This is hers, this is mine. It's a Morphe travel case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have mine's BH.
Oh, alright. What do we do in face or eyes?
Yeah, so once I get my eyebrows kind of both put on, and then it looks like, kind of like a stencil that I filled in, I kind of just, again, I rub my ring fingers up, and I kind of just touch up, and then sometimes I don't like it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta go back and do that again. I think I'm gonna do eyes next.
Okay.
So I use the MAC 266 angled brush, and this is when I get my concealer out. Stasia concealer pot in 0.75. It is perfect, and I just brush it kind of like this and make it where it's flat so that I can get it at its sharpest point. And then I am going to line underneath my brows, and then that's how I start my process. The coppers and the warm tones are in, because cool tones were in for a really long time. And now I feel like the warm tones are coming back, which I really like.
That's what makeup's about. Doing what you like.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. Like, things are different, and we should do what we want to do and break the rules. And there used to be a lot more rules, that's for sure. Like, a lot of people, winged liner wasn't a big thing.
You guys will see that when it comes to me and my brows, they're pretty beefy. I just fill them in and roll out, but you can tell a big difference in her gorgeous brows and mine.
You know, and a lot of these makeup tips lately are coming from, it's all
drag queens.
Drag queens, and
drag queens.
That's all it is.
That's all I watch.
Yeah, that's me too. I'm like, I'm on it.
Drag queens.
Yes. So then I take whatever's left on my hand with this concealer, and I dab.
I like that you warm it up with your finger before you put it on.
Yeah.
But in Europe, they do so much more with their hands. Yeah.
NARS, the man that runs NARS, he uses only fingers. Like even for all his eyeshadow, like he doesn't use.
That would be
he doesn't use anything. Yeah.
I feel like when my skin is tan, I need less makeup.
Agreed. And so I use a self tanner, and it's a huge difference for me. Like, I just look like...
Yeah. I get pale. I am the lightest shade of every foundation that there is, and there are most foundations that don't even go as light as my skin tone.
Yes. So, Kat Von D will. She has like a white one. She actually has a white foundation that you can blend in with your other foundation. I'm going to use the Violet Voss. I just got this, and I absolutely adore it. I got it from Sephora for $45. It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yes, I absolutely love it. Some of the colors come off not how they look in the pan. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into Thanks a Latte, this matte skin tone one. And I'm just using a Real Technique brush that my friend got me. And I just go over my crease and my lid just to kind of set that concealer, because that concealer I use is super thick. I do highlight my brow bone, and I'm using this Chanel tapered blending brush. However, I don't know what it is. I've had it for 12 years. A long time, and I'm going to dip into something. They say now don't put shimmer underneath your brow anymore, like that's passe, but I say, who cares? Now I'm going to go into my transition shade, and I'm going to use my dirty Morphe M433 blending brush. This is kind of the one that everybody uses, and I love it. It's a lot like the MAC 217 to me. And I paid like $30-something for this one. I paid $7.99 for this. So Morphe has awesome brushes. And I prefer synthetic hair over natural hair because there's more color payoff. So I'm going to dip into the shade Transition, which is just a light, like a nude color. And everything shows up a lot more on my skin because I'm pale. So I'm just going to work that into my crease in circular windshield wiper motions, and dipping into it until I get the coverage that I'm wanting. So I have one on now, and then I'm going to do the other. Sometimes with darker colors, not this color per se, but with more vibrant colors, I'll start in the middle of my lid rather than the outside. But with this, I can kind of start anywhere and blend it up and blend it.
I'm here to learn and watch her and So do what she does, not me.
Stop. She has amazing makeup. I walked into her room and I was like, look at all this makeup. So I'm going to dip into hashtag this orangey color. I'm not afraid of orange. I think
orange is good for blue eyes.
I agree. Like anything rust and orange is right up my alley. I love it. Also, if you're wanting something like this but not so big, or you don't want to spend $45, Smashbox has a really awesome little small one with like 6 or 7 colors that's $27, and I have that as well. And I absolutely adore that palette, and it's kind of the perfect palette to take on the go. The only thing is it doesn't have a brow highlight. Let's do, now I used to be afraid to put shimmer in my crease, and now I'm not so afraid. I'm gonna put How You Doing from I Love Awesome and blend it into my crease just a touch. So I'm going to take just a regular fluffy brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to kind of blend this a little bit because it's looking a little harsh. But that's me, a little harsh.
Ooh,
I'm just going to kind of blend this out a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to do On Fleek. I have my lids done, or excuse me, my crease done and how I want it done, how I want it to blend, and I'll probably blend it out a little bit more. I might add a little bit more orange to pop, but for now I'm going to take On Fleek. And I'm going to put that on my lid. And I use my finger. It just works better. And yeah.
The shimmers?
Yeah, it just does. There's other palettes that I've heard are really wonderful, but I am not spending $125 on a palette. I'm just not. A flat brush, and I put it on there, and then I do my inner corner and then the outer corner as well sometimes. So I have my lid done, my entire eye look done. However, I'm not feeling the crease. I feel like the crease is and the lid is popping.
Yeah.
And I feel like it needs something else. So I'm just going to add a little something. I always do my top lid first. I don't worry about my under eye at all yet. So this is what I have, and this is what I'm just going to roll with. And
that's gorgeous.
Thank you. And so then I also got this. This is the Pretty Vulgar pot. It is the ink, and it's the color is Blacklist. I like it. However, it does transfer to my under eye a lot. And also, specifically in my crease, if I was to choose my favorite liner, it would probably be MAC Fluid Line. So I just brush this right along my lash line. And if you're not comfortable using a cream liner, a good way to start is just by stamping it out. Kind of stamping and then connecting as you go. Just make sure you blink as you go, like pull away and blink, because when you try to like hold it, you always end up blinking and then messing everything up. I do it like once a week. And then I dip it in there, and I just kind of like I did with my concealer, I just make it to where it's a point. I absolutely wear false lashes, and I've worn high-end false lashes, low-end false lashes. Yeah. I love false lashes. I can take them all. I love them. I like the Ardell Wispies, and I have
Those are so good.
I have so many lashes. My favorite ones are House of Lashes that I've used. They're wonderful. They're from Sephora. However, they're expensive, and I wear them every single day. I don't have time to be ordering all the time. So I have the faux mink ones, and also the Demi Wispies. I'll probably put on the Demi Wispies today.
I don't know if I'm going to put any on, because thank you, Laura Garcia, for hooking me up with Lash Boost.
People love it. I'm using the Duo Lash Glue Adhesive in dark, which I don't recommend if you're new to lashes. If you even like touch your eye anywhere, it ruins everything. And it's about a 50-50 chance even with me still.
So you're letting it dry, letting it get tacky before you rush in there. That's a huge part, right?
It really is, yes. So I always set my lashes down in the center first. And they actually have like lash tweezers, not these sharp ones that are going to poke your eyeball out. I live life on the edge.
You're wild, girl. You're wild. You can't be tamed.
In high school, for Soldotna, I was a little risky, like the way I dressed, and I definitely like went out on a limb, that's for darn sure. And
oh my gosh, I remember you had like black leather pants in high school.
I did.
I was a late bloomer in the fashion part of my life. Just admired you so much. When you wore them black leather pants. I thought that girl.
And like thigh-high boots and like all these crazy things that I wore.
And she looked good.
Oh, thank you.
She still does. Yeah.
I got voted best dressed. That's
right. Senior class best dressed.
That's right. I really like the cream luminizers. I have another one by Pure Cosmetics that I really like. I just think it's less texture. If you have texture on your skin, I feel like the cream works a little bit better than the powder. The powder just kind of lays on top. It's just more of a natural color. I do highlight the tip of my nose, and my mother hates this. She's like, you have something on your nose. And I know a lot of beauty gurus, Wayne Goss, all those people say do not ever highlight the tip of your nose. That's something we don't want to highlight, but I do. I like it. It's what I like. I do not get lip fillers. I don't have any Botox. I don't have any kind of injections, nothing done like that. And I get asked all the time about my lips. I have naturally pretty full lips. However, I do make them look bigger because right now bigger lips are in. I do put a little bit of the concealer will work with this too if you don't want to use a shiny product. I do put something kind of on my cupid's bow right there, and we'll do more with that in a little bit. So I'm glowing. I'm glowing.
You're bronzed. Your eyes are beautiful.
Thank you. What did you use blush yet?
Yeah.
A great drugstore cult favorite for everybody is the Luminoso by Milani. That's great. For my birthday, I got the Tarte Party from Sephora, and I'm in love with it. Like, it's kind of it's not
gorgeous.
And I put it on my, sometimes I go all the way back, and sometimes I just do my cheeks. So I am going to contour my nose. People use different things. I usually use a cool tone bronzer to do my nose. However, lately I've been loving warm bronzer. I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to use the same L'Oreal bronzer. And I just start, and I'm using an Eco Tools brush that I got at Fred Meyer. It's just kind of a dense, tapered blending brush. And I just go on the outside, and then I do blend it up into, like, towards my eyebrow, towards my shadow. I'll show you. You'll be able to see it better on the camera, on the other side, when I do the other side. And sometimes it's too dark. Like, and sometimes it's not straight, and you can just use your finger. Well, I can put it on heavy really quick so everyone can see. I'll just really line my nose.
Do it.
So and then I blend it into my brow and into my shadow. And that actually gives the appearance of a nose job. Or a thinner, slimmer nose, which we all want. I'm going to add a little bit more highlight. I'm going to use since I'm a little tan right now, I did use some self-tanner. I'm going to use the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Powder in Champagne Pop, which is Jaclyn Hill's.
Ooh, cult favorite.
It is. I'm just going to use a Morphe, like, tapered brush, and I'm going to just go over that. Oh, that's a little shiny. And that's okay, I don't mind shiny. I'm going to use, I found my perfect nude lip in this by Urban Decay, and it's like $18. It's not super expensive. I have an inside joke about unicorns, and so of course I didn't even look at what shade unicorn was. I just ordered it immediately. It's kind of a peachy nude, very nude. And then I also got Fuel. You can get this at Sephora or at Nordstrom. So if you're super fair, unicorn is a great color. I don't know if I put it on, and my lips are super dry right now, so bear with me. This is a Comfort Matte, and I do my lipstick first, and then I do my liner after because I have a really large lower lip, and then my upper lip isn't as large as my lower lip. I have my grandmother's lips, and she used to say that it looks like we pushed all the air out of our top lip into our bottom lip. So I love it. It's a little light. It's a little, for a nude, it's a little risky, and I appreciate that. I like it. Sometimes I just rock this, and I have another liner that I'm so bummed that I didn't bring that works perfectly with this lip color. Now I'm going to use Fuel on top of it. It's just a darker nude, and it kind of evens everything out and isn't as stunning or as shocking as Unicorn. Tones it down a little bit. I'm going to use the MAC in Staunchly Stylish, and I'm just going to line my bottom lip just where my lip is. It's nothing special. And then my top lip I am going to overline.
It's fun to get ready with a friend anyways because you see new products and new techniques. And
agreed.
So it's one of my favorite things to do is like, let's just come together and do our makeup. And
yeah, I can't wait to come over and do my makeup in that new light you have.
In upcoming videos, we will be doing a skincare one and maybe a detailed brow. I'm going to be bringing Jennifer back because, like I said, people really want to see her techniques. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
Bye.